Muy buenos días. En nombre de la 23ª edición de Carta de Europa, les damos una muy cálida bienvenida a la jornada Oportunidades de Estudio. Daremos inicio a esta jornada con una breve trivia para conocer sus conocimientos sobre estudio. En este momento les estoy compartiendo este código QR que lo pueden escanear con su celular para que participen de la actividad. Le voy a dar unos cuantos segundos más para que todos puedan conectarse en el código. Bueno, podemos iniciar ahora. Bueno, chicos, la primera pregunta es: ¿cuál es su programa académico? Todos, porfa, escriban cuál es su programa académico en este momento para saber también desde cuáles son los programas que están presentes hoy conectados en esta charla. Vamos a ver, esperemos un momento que nos carguen los programas académicos. Bueno, tenemos administración de empresas, negocios internacionales, estudiantes de ingeniería civil, de medicina. Está bastante variado los estudiantes. Bueno, continuemos. La siguiente pregunta es: ¿cuál es la capital de Suecia? Bueno, tenemos dos respuestas hasta el momento de Estocolmo. Las opciones son Estocolmo, Madrid o Copenhague. Ok, bueno, la respuesta correcta, las dos personas que contestaron, Estocolmo, es correcto. Seguimos con la siguiente pregunta. Entre más rápido contesten, más puntos obtienen. ¿Qué colores tiene la bandera de Suecia? Las opciones son azul y amarillo, verde y amarillo o rojo y morado. Ok, azul y amarillo es correcto. Todos los estudiantes la contestaron muy bien. Veamos, esta es la última pregunta. ¿Cuál es una de las comidas típicas de Suecia? Este es el plato. Espero que si se saben el nombre pueden escribirlo. ¿Alguien sabe? Veamos. Les quedan 6 segundos. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bueno, contestaron Bull y albóndigas. Bueno, la persona que contestó albóndigas, pues sí es. Son chef bulgas y acá también contestaron bulgas, así que también por ahí va. Bueno, si van a Suecia, pueden encontrar esta comida, es bastante típico y también pues que se encuentra mucho en las calles. Entonces probablemente lo coman bastante. Bueno, chicos, con esto terminamos la tienda. En este momento, no mi compañero Rafa.
Muchas gracias, Nati, por esta trivia tan interesante para nuestros estudiantes. Y continuando con esta jornada, contamos con la especial participación de Valena Andersson, de la Universidad Karlstad en Suecia. Eva nació y creció en Suecia y se mudó a España después de la secundaria para llevar a cabo sus estudios universitarios. De esta manera, obtuvo su licenciatura en traducción de la Universidad de Alicante y permaneció en España por casi 20 años. Después de trabajar para una empresa norteamericana de estudios en el extranjero durante más de 6 años, se mudó de nuevo a su natal Suecia, en donde vive actualmente con su familia y se desempeña como coordinador internacional de la Universidad de Karlstad. Lo que más disfruta de su trabajo es sin duda interactuar con ustedes, los estudiantes. La presentación se llevará a cabo en inglés porque el inglés es indispensable para tomar un intercambio a Suecia y posteriormente haremos las respuestas a las preguntas que se hagan serán dadas en español. Por eso los invitamos a interactuar a través del signo de interrogación que se encuentra al costado derecho. Haciendo clic pueden dejar sus comentarios y sus preguntas. Además, para todos los que están en Barranquilla, les recordamos que pueden disfrutar de la mejor gastronomía española ofrecida por Dunor. Ingresando a Tienda Uninorte podrán tener toda esta delicia gastronómica. A continuación los dejamos con Eva. Eva, bienvenida a Uninorte.
Muchas gracias. Y lo he dicho, encantada de estar aquí. But I'm going to do the presentation in English, so you can practice your English, and then you can ask me any question you want in Spanish. That's fine by me. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen with you. Let's see if you can see my PowerPoint. I want to talk to you today about Karlstad University, of course, but also a little bit about the city itself. Where is Karlstad? Well, Karlstad is actually located quite in a good place in between some of the main cities, not only in Sweden, but also really close to Norway. So we have about the same distance to Stockholm, Oslo, and Gothenburg, which are the main cities in Sweden and Norway. So it's quite easy to get there. There are flight connections, not so many maybe to the city of Karlstad. We do have an airport, but it's not so big. So most of you, when you come to Sweden, will go to either Stockholm, Oslo, or Gothenburg, and then take the train to Karlstad. There are several trains every day, several times a day, so it's easy to travel to the city. It's located next to the big Lake of Vänern, and I'll tell you a little bit more about this later on, but it's a nice city to be in. We have both water and a lot of forest and green areas. This is a flight picture from the university. You can also see the water surrounding the city. It's sunny in the picture and warm. It's not so warm anymore. We're getting to winter, or at least fall. The campus is located about 10 minutes away from the city center with bus. If you ride a bike, which a lot of Swedish students do, it's about, I would say, 20, 25 minutes maybe. But we have shuttle buses every 10 minutes to go to the city center. So it's really easy to go back and forth from campus to the city center. What you see in the picture is the university with all the main buildings. And right outside the picture, which you can't see, is where the campus, the dorms, are located. So that's where you would stay if you came here. I want to share some facts and figures about our university. Even though the university itself, as a university, I mean, the status of a university is only 21 years old. We had a big party last year before the pandemic, of course, where we celebrated 20 years. But the school itself has been far longer than that. It started out as a teacher training school in 1843 and grew bigger and bigger and turned into what they call a university college. And then 21 years ago, we had finally our university status. So we're one of the youngest universities, even though we've been around for a long time. We have about 16,000 students. Both some of them study on distance, but around 12,000 students will be on campus normally. So around 12,000 on campus and 4,000 on distance or our other campus that we have outside the city. About 1,200 people work here, me with my colleagues, of course, and then more people doing all sorts of teachers, administration, all of us together. So 1,200 people. So it's quite a big workplace for the city of Karlstad. We have over 70 programs, and 30 of them are master's programs. And we offer around 900 courses across 15 subject areas. So you can basically find anything you need or want. Every year, we welcome around 300 exchange students. And of course, we hope that you will be one of them in the future. And now I'm not a technician, really good with techniques, but I'm going to try to show you a video of the university. So I'm going to stop the PowerPoint and show you the video and see if it works. Okay, let me see. Okay, I hope that you can see this. Okay, I don't know if you were able to hear it. I hope so, at least to watch it. The images of the university, it's quite big for the size of our city. And I'm just going to continue with our presentation again. So hang in there. There we go. Just let me know if you see the PowerPoint again. I hope so. When you come to Karlstad University as an exchange student, I know that normally with a lot of universities, they only allow you to select courses within a specific subject area. But in our case, we don't mind if you want to take a course in another subject area. So even if you study, let's say, business administration and you want to take a course in something else, for us, that's fine. Of course, you have to talk to your coordinator at home and your teachers at home to make sure it's okay with them. But just so you know that all our course catalog is available for you. You can go online and just see it. You can see on my screen, it's cow.se/in. If you go to that website, you will find all the information you need about the university itself, the courses we offer. As you can see, I've just mentioned some of them here. I'm not going to read them out to you, all of you, but you can find a great variety of courses. And as I said, for us, you can take anything you want as long as you comply with their requisites. Of course, if it's a master's course, you have to be a master's level at home, of course, stuff like that. But you can take anything you want. So if you're interested in going to Karlstad, you can go to this webpage and see the course catalog and see what we offer, and just have a look to see what you're interested in. Once you come to Karlstad, we have quite a few services that we offer you. We always have what we call the introduction week. When it's not Corona time, we have it for 4 days. We arrange social activities. We give you a lot of information about Karlstad, about the university, how the academic system works, what you have to think of, how your classes are going to be, like any information that you might need. We have a host system or buddies, which I think you do as well. So you're probably familiar with this, but we have local students that act as buddies or hosts, and they take care of you during the first week, especially. They take you around the city. They show you how to get to the student dorms, how to find your way around the university, maybe take you out for a drink, and just show you the city and to help you get adapted to your new life here. We also have something that's really popular, that's called the Host Family Program. It's a program where you get matched with it doesn't have to be a Swedish family, but a local family. Most of them are Swedish, of course, but a local family that want to show you around the city, show you around how is the Swedish society. They normally take you out for typical activities, maybe celebrate a typical festivity. If you're here for Easter, maybe they take you to celebrate Easter, and do different things with you. So you don't live with the family, you live in a dorm just like the rest of the students, but you have this like your local family. So you can spend several days a week with them and hang out, or just every now and then. It all depends on what you want to do and what the family wants to do. But it's really popular. So if you apply to come to Karlstad, you can also apply to get a host family, and we will match you, try to match you with a family with similar interests. On campus, we have a lot of cafes and restaurants, also outside campus, but nearby. It's really one that was shown in the video. It's called Café Gläntan, and it's all open space, and a lot of students just hang out there and study as well. We have our gym. We have our university sports teams, and you can join in. It's a great way to get to know local students. You can just go to classes, or you can try to join a team. If you play, let's say, soccer, you can try to join the soccer team. And as I said before, we help you with the accommodation. Any exchange student at Karlstad University is guaranteed to get accommodation. So we have an agreement with the local housing company, and we guarantee that you will have a room. And I'm going to show you some pictures of how those rooms, what they can look like. But before I do that, I want to just mention that, of course, I'm not the only one working with international students. At the International Office at Karlstad, there are 5 of us, 4 of us that work mostly with the exchange students, and then my colleague Candida, who works more with the trainees, but she's also there to help, of course. And then we have Alexandra that works at the admissions office, so we all work really close together. We're divided by regions, so we work more with certain regions. Since I speak Spanish, of course, I have South America and Southern Europe. So basically, if you ever have any questions or any doubts or wonder about anything, you can email us at this address, exchange@cal.se, and ask any questions. There are no dumb questions. You can ask anything you want. If you have any questions more about courses or the admission process itself, you can email our admissions office and ask them. And I can send this presentation to the international office at Uninorte afterwards. If anyone wants to have it and have a look at it, I can do that and share it with you. Then I just want to show you some famous areas. This is the Aula Magna, which is the main room or saloon where we have main acts. When students graduate, it's here, of course. We have also concerts and a lot of activities going on normally in this Aula Magna. And then we have this building up here on the left, the left corner, which is called the Egg. This is actually a lecture hall. So some of you might end up having your classes inside the Egg. And it's also, as you can see, like a widescreen, a huge projector widescreen. So this is also a really common meeting point at Karlstad University, where you just say to your friends, okay, let's meet under the Egg. So a lot of people meet under the Egg. You can't really see in the pictures, but it's also a cafeteria underneath with tables so you can sit. Okay, let's see. Oops, sorry. Now I just want to show you some pictures of the dorms. This is what one of the buildings look like. So it's just a regular apartment house or apartment building. You would live with other students. You don't share a room. You have your own private room, but you share a kitchenette, or you share a kitchen and like a living room area. There's a space for you to hang out, but you have your own bedroom and your own bathroom. So in every apartment, there's private bedroom and private bathroom. And this are just some pictures of what they might look like. So you can see they're not super fancy rooms, but I mean, they have everything you need. There's internet, there's heating, you have your own bathroom, you have kitchen with supplies, so you have everything you need. And now I wanted to continue and talk a little bit more about the city itself. I like this picture, it's really nice. In this picture, you can get an idea of how much water we actually have in the area. So Karlstad is the capital city of the region of Värmland, and it's built on a river delta from the river Klarälven, which is like the clear river. And it's the longest river in Sweden. It starts way up in the north, connected with Norway, and then it goes all the way down to the lake. So it ends out in the lake. And this lake is the largest in the European Union and the third in the world, I think. So it's quite a big, looks more like a sea than a lake. Water is, as you can see, important, but also light is really important for us in the city. Karlstad is the city with most hours of sunshine in the whole country. At least that's what they say. I'm not so sure, but that's what they say. So I don't know if you've seen it already, but the logo of Karlstad and also the logo of Karlstad University is a sun. And it's because of this, the amount of sun hours that we actually get, but also because of this lady. This lady, she was in the 18th century, a really, really famous waitress. Her name is Eva, just like me. She worked actually right where the statue is now in the city center. This used to be what we nowadays call the city hotel, but more like, if you imagine several hundred years ago when travelers would come by boat, stop here in this port area and stay the night and maybe do some commerce or buy things or sell things in the city of Karlstad. And she worked at that hotel, una posada, I would say in Spanish. And she was famous because she was always smiling. She was always happy. She was always smiling. And she was known as the sun of Karlstad. And even now, until now, she is kind of the symbol of the city. People are happy and nice to you. And so she's got her statue. Once you come here, this is the mandatory picture that you have to take. You have to stand next to the sun and take a picture with the river in the background. Karlstad has about 95,000 inhabitants, and they're aiming at 100,000. So slowly it's growing. What can you do in the city? Well, hockey is one of the main sports, not only in Karlstad, but in the country. In a lot of other countries, I don't know in Colombia, but I would guess that soccer is one of the main sports. In Sweden, it's soccer and hockey. So during summer and warmer months, we watch soccer, and then during winter, it's hockey. And here in Karlstad, we have a really nice hockey team. We've been the national champions several times, and it's all a big show. So if you come here during the winter months, you definitely have to go and watch a game. You can also, since we have a lot of forest, we have a lot of green areas, a lot of nature, you can go running, skiing. I don't know if you know what orienteering is, but it's when you run with a map, basically, and you have to find like a certain track. You can go horse riding, biking, of course. So there's a lot of outdoor gyms. You can go running and just stop by, just actually by the university, there's a really nice outdoor gym. You can just run in the forest, go to this gym, work out for a bit, and then run back home. That's a really nice training session. If you're more into culture or maybe both, you can do that as well. We have our own opera house, not a very big one, but we have one. It's the one in the picture. I don't know if you can see it well, but it's our opera house where you can go to musicals, ballet, theaters, different shows. We have choirs both in the city, but also at the university, and exchange students are welcome to join. So if you like to sing, you can definitely join a choir. We have a female choir and a male choir, and you go to an audition like you would do at any choir. And every year we have students participating, and it's a really, really nice way to get to know local students, and also to get to know the main festivities, because this choir is quite popular in the city, and they always go and sing, for Christmas, or they go to church and sing and have different assignments. So if you're into music and singing, the choir is definitely a nice option for you. We have student clubs where you can join and just hang out with other students. And of course, we also have normal social life, like restaurants, clubs, and some bars that you can go to. Nature is, as I said before, really important here. So you can also go and discover wild animals. There's a moose safari. I don't know if you've heard, but the moose or elk is a really important animal. German tourists just come here just to see the moose. So you can actually go to moose safari. You can go swim in the lakes. You can do rafting. You can go camping. You can go berry picking. We have a special law here that allows anyone to pick berries or fruits in the forest. So you can just go and do that and enjoy the different seasons. People enjoy saunas, just like in Finland. Fishing, of course. So nature is a really big thing here. We have a saying in Sweden that there's no bad weather, just bad clothing. And this is what your mother would tell you when you're a kid and you don't want to go out in the rain. And they will say, yes, you have to go out and play because there's no bad weather, just bad clothing. So just make sure you bring clothes for all the seasons, like for quite warm and nice weather, but also for cold and maybe rainy weather, because we're just used to being outdoors all the time and doing things, even though maybe it's not as warm as in Colombia or as in Spain where I used to live. So remember that you can really enjoy doing things outdoors as long as you have the right clothing for it. And then finally, before I finish, I would like to tell you or teach you the word fika. This is one of the most important words that you will learn in Sweden and that you will also practice. You will hear this word so many times every week. Fika is like an institution here. It means coffee with something, like coffee with some sweets. In Sweden, you don't meet your friends just for a cup of coffee. You meet your friends for a fika. It's kind of a social habit that you order a coffee, but you also order something sweet, like a biscuit or a bun or something to go with the coffee. So your friends, your local friends, but then also your exchange student friends will soon start saying to you, oh, let's meet at 5 for fika. So this is one of the words I want to teach you. And now I'm going to stop sharing this presentation and show you one last short video about the nature here in Värmland. And then if you want, you can ask me questions. So let's see if I can do it. Here we go. Okay, let's see. Okay, I hope you can hear this and see this. Is just really short video, but it's nice to see the nature. Yeah. Well, even though it was short, it was just a little glimpse of what Värmland looks like. So now if you have any questions, bueno, me pueden hacer las preguntas en español o en inglés, obviamente. Pero eso era todo lo que yo tenía para enseñarles.
Muchas gracias, Eva, por esta excelente presentación. En definitiva, me llevaré grandes cosas. Por lo menos desde ahora voy a empezar a decir fika cuando vaya a salir a tomarme un café. De verdad, espectacular. Y nosotros acá de momento tenemos unas preguntas de nuestros estudiantes.
Sí.
Ellos quieren saber por cuánto tiempo máximo pueden tomar un intercambio con ustedes.
A ver, por nosotros pueden venir hasta un año, pero yo diría que depende de Uninorte más, o sea, lo que permite el programa de cada estudiante y las condiciones de cada estudiante, ¿no? Pero por nosotros hasta un año pueden estar.
Ok, perfecto. Cuando hablaste de los host family, le surgió la duda de cuánto costaría en promedio un host family en Suecia.
¿Cuánto costaría?
Sí.
No, nada. Eso es un servicio, es gente que lo quiere hacer porque le gusta tener el contacto con otras culturas, entonces lo hacen de manera voluntaria y no pagan nada, por supuesto que no. O sea, es simplemente un servicio más que se ofrece. Lo único es que es eso, que no es para vivir con la familia, sino tenerlo como eso, como la abuela de Karlstad, ¿no? O como los amigos de aquí de Karlstad, un poco así. Entonces, no se paga nada, por supuesto.
Increíble. ¿Cuál es el nivel de inglés exigido por la universidad para los estudiantes que deseen tomar intercambios?
Mira, nosotros normalmente decimos, no sé si conocen el European Framework, que es B2 por ejemplo, que es como lo diría es que ahora no me acuerdo del número que decimos del IELTS. Espera un momento que lo voy a mirar rápidamente para no decirlo mal. En la página que dije al principio, lo de kao.si/in, o sea, ahí también dice todo de los requisitos, cómo se hace la aplicación, cómo se hace todo. Por ejemplo, se han hecho un English Test TOEFL, no sé si conocen la prueba TOEFL, pero ahí tenemos, lo pone en la página también, el mínimo, el resultado mínimo que tiene que tener cada uno. Entonces, no sé si les ayuda eso, el resultado TOEFL tiene que ser mínimo 213, no sé si les sirve de dato, pero, o un B2, según el framework europeo.
Ok, el marco común europeo.
Sí, exacto,
Perfecto.
gracias.
No, tranquila. Ay, cuando estabas hablando, a mí me llamó mucho la atención lo del hockey, que pueden hacer muchas actividades fuera de la universidad, outdoors. Y, y nos gustaría saber es cómo los estudiantes latinos generalmente llevan el invierno en Suecia, cómo se adaptan a esto.
Mira, sí, no voy a mentir, es duro cuando hay poca luz, porque claro, por ejemplo, en diciembre a lo mejor el sol sale a las 8:30 de la mañana y se vuelve a poner a las 3 de la tarde. Claro, es duro para alguien que está acostumbrado a más horas de luz. Pero por eso mismo nosotros les decimos, es muy importante que salgan a la calle a mediodía, que salgan a hacer deporte, que les dé el aire, que les dé la luz, la poca luz que hay, que la aprovechen bien. Y sí se ve mucho los que realmente vienen con esa mentalidad de, ok, no hay mal tiempo, lo que he dicho antes, no hay mal tiempo, sino mala ropa, pues si vienen bien abrigados y dicen, bueno, me da igual que haga frío, yo voy a salir igual, no lo pasan tan mal. Los que se quedan en su casa, los que se encierran en su casa, son los que lo pasan un poquito peor. Es importante hacerlo a lo sueco y salir, aunque haga frío, simplemente con el gorro, los guantes, todo, y se puede pasar bien bonito, además, porque es muy bonito. Puedes patinar en el lago, se congela parte del lago, puedes ir a patinar, es bonito.
Qué genial, qué genial. Y tenemos una pregunta y es, eh, ¿qué tipo de becas ofrece la universidad para estudiantes que deseen tomar intercambios?
Mira, por el momento nosotros, por desgracia, no tenemos ninguno. Hasta ahora hemos tenido antes con el International Credit Mobility, teníamos una oportunidad de una beca. Este año mismo, a lo mejor por la situación con el COVID, no tenemos ninguna, pero esperemos o esperamos que pronto podamos volver a ofrecer esa beca para el año que viene, a ver si hay suerte. Por el momento no hay nada por desgracia, pero yo creo que no sé si en Colombia tienen la posibilidad de solicitar alguna estatal, eso a lo mejor ustedes pueden contestar mejor, o si hay alguna de la Universidad del Norte misma. Nosotros por el momento, por desgracia, no hay. ¿Te he perdido un momento?
Desde la Universidad del Norte, los estudiantes tienen derecho al 70% del valor de su matrícula para que puedan ir a hacer intercambios a través de la oficina de internacionalización que tenemos nosotros. Y es una buena oportunidad porque parte de la matrícula la pueden usar para todos sus gastos durante su estadía en otro país. Y también, Eva, tenemos otra pregunta y es, ¿cuánto cuesta en promedio un student room?
Más o menos, depende un poco. Hay habitaciones o piezas, no sé qué palabra usáis en Colombia, pero habitaciones o piezas de varios tamaños, ¿no? Entonces, las más pequeñas yo creo que valen en euros, tendría que decirlo, 400, 500 euros al mes, una cosa así. Eso es el medio. Y luego, la verdad, como tiene la cocina, eso también depende un poco, claro, de cada estudiante, pero como tiene la posibilidad de cocinar, a eso no lo he dicho, se me ha olvidado de decirlo, pero es muy típico en Suecia, y lo verán, que los estudiantes se llevan el tupper, la vianda, la comida desde casa y la calientan en la universidad. Hay muchísimos microondas, hay un montón por todas partes. Entonces la gente, incluso hay neveras, frigoríficos. Lo que hacen los estudiantes es, traen la comida por la mañana, la dejan en el frigorífico, se queda ahí todo el día, no se roba, nadie roba la comida de nadie, se queda ahí y a la hora de comer van, buscan su comida y la calientan en el microondas. Entonces es una forma también de ahorrar un poco, de no comprar la comida siempre, que sale un poco más caro, sino de cocinar en casa y llevar un tupper, como diríamos en España, un tupper con la comida ya preparada. A ver si hay alguna pregunta más. A ver. Yo la verdad es que si tienen la posibilidad, que vengan, que hacer este tipo de intercambios es una cosa que te cambia la vida y es una oportunidad única. Así que yo les animo a todos, si pueden y tienen la posibilidad, que no se lo piensen dos veces, que luego la vida es muy larga y trabajamos mucho y no tenemos estas posibilidades. Así que aprovechen ahora que pueden, siendo estudiantes, y que vengan, que no se van a arrepentir. La verdad que no.
Excelente consejo para nuestros estudiantes, Eva. De verdad que en lo personal considero que Suecia es un destino espectacular para que aprendan cosas diferentes. La nieve, la cultura es distinta, tienen una perspectiva más global y siento que todo esto lo pueden encontrar en Karlstad University.
Sí.
Vamos a verificar si tenemos más preguntas de nuestros estudiantes.
Sí. Y que vengan
Sí,
y que nosotros también aprendamos un poco del calor colombiano, de la alegría de vivir, que también viene bien, así que el intercambio sería mutuo.
claro que sí, Eva. Eva, creo que no tenemos más preguntas por el momento. De igual, ellos tienen tu correo, durante la presentación se les indicó. Cualquier duda que tengan pueden comunicarse con ella. Como lo dijo Eva, no hay preguntas tontas. Todas las preguntas son válidas. Cualquier duda que tengan pueden hacerla. Y te agradecemos a ti, Eva, por haber dado esta presentación tan especial para Cátedra Europa, y a todos nuestros asistentes por acompañarnos el día de hoy. Además, les
Muchas gracias.
tenemos una muy grande invitación a todos, y es a que apoyen la formación de jóvenes talentosos del Caribe colombiano, haciendo donaciones a nuestra campaña institucional Más Becas. Ingresando a Tienda Uninorte pueden hacer sus donaciones, y los invitamos a seguir conectados con Cátedra Europa. Gracias, Eva. Que tengas una excelente tarde.
Muchas gracias a vosotros. Adiós.